Hey, welcome back, Ethernet world. This is Friday in Carbondale, Colorado, which means it's another Streamin Steves. My name is Jeremy Eisenhart. I'm with GrassRoots TV. Upstairs, we have Ralph Pitt. He's the one that makes the sound happen every week, and it sure sounds good. We've had a lot of people come through here. A lot of people help us out in this crazy time of kind of live music. So yeah, we're gonna keep it going, and this week we have Dan Sadowsky, and he's gonna be playing some songs for us. He's got his buddy with him who's gonna play the bass. His name is Justin Anderson. I think that's right, Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson, stand-up bass player, one of my favorite instruments to hear. So yeah, Dan, everybody knows and loves Dan Sadowsky. So yeah, let's have him play some songs for us Friday night at Streamin Steves. Enjoy.
Yes, thank you so much, Justin. You're a fine man. Don't let anybody tell you different. You stand up for your rights. Ain't that right about it? Man's got to stand up for his rights. I expect to have an audience in here. It's rare to have an audience in a virtual situation, but I just literally got tested a couple of days ago. Came back negative, Justin. His name is not Justin.
My name is Justin.
Your name is Justin.
Correct.
Is that Kevin?
His name is Jeremy.
Jeremy and Justin. Okay. Well, my middle name is John, so John and Jeremy and Justin. That makes no sense. All right, what am I going to do now? I'm going to play a couple of tunes by myself, except with you. You'll be here. Later on, I'm going to ask you to virtually sing along with me during this show. I have no way of checking on you, and if you don't sing along, fine, you know. But if you want to get it really into the spirit of it, you want to sing along, because the kind of thing I'm asking you to do is not just, it's different than folk music. It really is. All right. I'm wearing my backwards 8-panel newsboy hat today. I've got my collar turned up pretty good. That means I've been in Paris some point in the recent past, and that is true. And what I'd like to do is play, I brought 3 guitars for you. I have a lot of guitars and instruments, but geez, man, let's cool out and take it easy here. What is this thing? This is a little guitar. This is a Terz guitar, T-E-R-Z. And back in the 16th and the 15th century, they made Terz guitars in order to play with a regulation guitar, and they wrote a lot of music for Terz guitar. So Martin made Terz guitars for a while. It's quite small. It's not that easy for me to play because I'm quite big. And I don't know what to play on it right now, so I'm just going to pick a tune out of my various orifices. This came to mind. If you like a ukulele lady, a ukulele lady like you. If you like to linger where it's shady, a ukulele lady linger too. If you like a ukulele lady and you promise ever to be true, and she finds another ukulele lady fooling around with you, maybe she'll cry an awful lot, maybe she'll sigh, and maybe not. Maybe she'll find somebody new by and by to cling to when it's cool and shady and everything is wicky-wacky woo. I tell ya, if you like a ukulele lady like you. Kind of sounds like a ukulele, doesn't it? Well, maybe she'll sigh an awful lot. Maybe she'll cry, and maybe not. Maybe she'll find somebody new by and by to cling to when it's cool and shady, when everything is wicky wacky woo. If you like ukulele lady like you like me, like I like you, and we both like the same hula dula ho. You got to say this very day, ukulele lady is insane. Thank you very much. Now, that's not the real words right at the end. I never knew what the real words were, so I just said that way. Is that okay, Justin? That's great. Yeah, okay. Justin says that's great, so it is. So this is a very small guitar, and it's when I play a C, it sounds E flat. So if you were playing along on any instrument, for instance, auto harp, and were confused, it was in E flat, ladies and gentlemen. Mouth harp was E flat. Any kind of instrument, hammer dulcimer, for instance, that was E flat. Do you like the sound of this? Is it kind of sweet? It's very sweet. It sounds a little bit like a ukulele, but a little bit meaner. I know a lot of songs that are not popular. This is not popular music. However, I will stick a popular tune in there, just not popular in the last, 60 years. Okay? All right. Good. This is a very nasty blues tune. And I realized it just before we started here that it worked on this thing. Well, you read in the Bible, page 21, every married woman gonna have some fun. Then you look it right there on page 22, she's John's wife, Henry's gal, and my gal too. Look it right there on page 23, she's two-time you like she double-crossed me. Look in the Bible, page 24, you wife do the boogie one time, she gonna boogie some more. And look right here, page 25, 25th page, look it right there on the 25th page, he's back, biting women is all rage. Look right there on page 26, keep your wife home, the matter pretty well fixed. Are coming up the back gate, and look right here on page 29, it says a woman get tired of one man all the time. let's take a look at one of these other guitars. What do you think, Justin? Should we do that? Okay. This is the Terz, T-E-R-Z, Terz guitar, designated in the Martin catalog as a 518. You know who? Excuse me. You know who used to play these things? Is Marty Robbins. And you know why he used to play these? Because Marty Robbins was about that big. He had a big voice, but in stature, tall-wise, he was little. So he used to pick up a 518 and sing, "Down in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl." Just like that. What do you think? This guy right here? Okay, all right. This is my Gibson J45. Now, it's got a big sound, especially compared to that. It's not a great J45. It's just my J45. It is signed by Ramblin' Jack Elliott. Ramblin' Jack signed this sucker right here at Steve's Guitars. Ramblin' Jack sat up here and his set was about 2 hours long. Ramblin' Jack played 1.5 songs exactly, because the rest of the time he was rambling. He'd be talking about stories, and a lot of stories happened where Ramblin' Jack happened to be. So, doggone it, they were pretty good stories. In fact, in a documentary, I took note of the fact that it was his nanny, a woman of color, who named him. He was the son of a prominent Brooklyn dentist, and he had a nanny, and apparently he could talk, and she called him Ramblin' Jack. So did everybody else. It's time to go to the dark side. Who we got here? Hi, kids. My dog Phoebe is here tonight. She's limping quite a bit because she got out of the truck, Alexandra, and she was limping. Her leg was just like hanging loose. Don't know, baby, what to do. Take a walk along the avenue, baby, you'll hear sounds flowing through. Well, along about midnight, they shut the windows and dim the lights, hide what they doing from that stranger sight. Lord have mercy, make a big mess up there, honey, along about midnight. Dark folk, light folk, rich and poor, taking the pleasure they find. It doesn't matter what you do by day, at night you leave your worry behind. Baby, ain't faking like the hoi polloi. Baby, believe me, it's a real McCoy. I turn loose 1,000 pounds of joy, baby, long about midnight. what to do. Take a walk along the avenue. You hear sounds are flowing through, honey, along about midnight. Well, they shut the windows and dim the lights, hide what they doing from the stranger's sight. Yeah, and they make a big mess up there, honey, along about midnight. Dark folk, light folk, rich and poor, taking the pleasure they find. What doesn't matter what you do by day, at night you leave your worry behind. Ain't faking like the hoi polloi. Babe, believe me, it's a real McCoy. Turn loose 1,000 pounds of joy, baby, long about midnight. Long about midnight. Long about midnight. Thank you so much. No, really. There's a no, really. There's a bar right next door. In case you've never been in Steve's Guitars, and sometimes there's a band in the bar, and it's funny because you got to fight it a little bit. So I'm gonna do one on this shiny guitar here. When I get up and play for folks, I tend to play very hard because I spent a lot of time playing on the street. And this was before folks brought their cute little battery-powered amplifiers out on the streets. No, we didn't do it like that. We went out on the street and we screamed, literally, 6, 8 hours at a time. And, I still have the quarters. I made an enormous number of quarters. How was Fat Tie? Really? Well, I don't know. I can't eat there, I do have this plugged in. I like the way these sound plugged in. If you got the right setup, it sounds pretty good. And no idea what I know what I'm going to play. How many people like to drink a tremendous amount of alcohol? Anybody out there? Who? Raise your hand if you... That's Ralph. Really a lot of it, so settle down, son. Let's make sure it's working. Yeah, it's working. Can you hear this at all? Is this on? There it is. That little amplifier is just like everything else in Steve's Guitars, including myself, pretty old. In fact, that thing is exactly the same age as me. Built in Chicago by the Velco Company in 1949. Excuse me. I know you're working that out on your fingers right now. I turned 71 not terribly long ago. At least not to me it was terribly long ago. If you're an infant, 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months, that's a long time ago. You know what I mean? Time is relative. Not to my relatives, though. son, I see what you're doing over there. What are you doing with it? You got a bottle in your back pocket right there. I saw what you got there. Come over here, son. I ain't got no bottle. I ain't got no bottle. What are you talking about, Dad? I ain't got nothing. Now, I saw what you got in your back pocket. Take that out of your back pocket, a little flask you got. Look at that. Look at this here red eye that you got. Son, that's wrong. Now, you just give that to your daddy right now. Put down that racing form. You listen to me? Now, son, I'm going to tell you something, and your daddy knows for sure exactly what's going on here. You listening to me? I'm listening, Daddy. So this is a little talk between a man and his young son. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, boy. You listening, right? Yeah, Daddy. Sit down on that overturned garbage can right there and you listen to your daddy, okay? Now, son, listen. What is the use of getting sober if you're gonna get drunk again? Oh, Uncle Sam did something mighty fine when he brought back champagne, beer, and wine. I love my whiskey and I love my gin. Every day you see me, I'm in my sin. What's the use of getting sober when you're gonna get drunk again? Now listen, boy, I'm gonna tell you a few things you need to know. First of all, what your old daddy is doing on the guitar right here is a vamp. Plays it over and over again. You understand that, boy? Yeah, Daddy, I understand. I had me a little drink about 1:30. I just knew I was gonna have my fun. Then I had another sip about 1:45. Made me think about what else I could do. I had a taste about 2:45. Took it home in a bottle, yeah, brought it right back home with me. Yes, I had some whiskey about 4:30 and opened it up and walked right through the door. Took a sip about 5:30. Pretty soon I felt so good I didn't know if I was dead or alive. I drank some more about 5:45. You see, son, your old daddy knows how to get his kicks. Then I had some more to drink about 7:30 and whoo, felt so good I felt like I died and gone to heaven. Didn't I have another little drink about 7:45? Somebody said they saw me swinging on my front gate. Whoa! I drank it dry about 9:30. Oh, yeah, your dad was feeling fine. Yes, I took my last sip about 9:45, and I said to myself, man, you just went and got gone, get drunk again. So what's the use of getting sober when you're gonna get drunk again? Yeah, old Uncle Sam sure did something fine when he brought back champagne and beer and wine. I love my whiskey and I love my gin. Every day you see me, I'm in my sin. What's the use of getting sober when you're gonna get drunk again? Hypothetically speaking, of course, run that around in your mind. Well, I really should be playing sensitive folk songs from the very center of my being. It's Steve's guitars. That's what happens here, I think. I don't know any. I just don't know any. So I'm going to ask my associate to come on up. His name is Justin Anderson. He's out there someplace. There he is. We have a live audience here. So Justin, here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Justin and I played some music pretty intensely for a couple of years, and we generated many charts. Those are the things that, when you're a musician, you can look at them and you go, oh, yeah, I can play that. And so we just grabbed a bunch of them without, I admit, a lot of organization. But we'd like to play these tunes for you because they're pretty good. Anybody there? Oh, okay. Play this rather slow. Is that all right?
Sure.
You're okay with that?
What song are you going to play?
Ain't I Good to You? Should be up in the beginning of the alphabet.
Great.
Yeah, okay. Now what makes me treat you the way I do? Gee, babe, ain't I good to you? Nothing's too good for a gal, that's true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you a furry coat for Christmas and a diamond ring, a Cadillac, baby, and everything. It's love makes me treat you the way I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? What makes me treat you the way I do? Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Nothing's too good for a girl, that's true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you a fur coat for Christmas and a diamond ring, Cadillac, honey, and everything. It's love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? See, I can be sensitive. Just not very sensitive. The next one in our book that we've put together here is called Bad Bad Whiskey, and tell you a little story about this song. It's not actually about this song, but the guy who, I don't know if he wrote it, I think he did, but he definitely made it famous in certain circles. And that man is Charles Brown. Charles Brown. So Charles Brown was an enormous R&B hit in the mid to late 40s. And I'm talking about money, son. He had records, you know what I'm saying? He had records that sold they called them race records back then. Just kind of records I liked. And I'm talking about a big, fine, long Cadillac cars, mink ties, mohair suits. The guy was rolling in it, doing just fine. Charles Brown. Had a beautiful, wonderful, warm voice. And then a thing happened. He got to a club, and I think it was in Cleveland. Believe it or not, there was a mob in Cleveland, and these guys kind of lured. This is why I know about this. First of all, it's generally in the lore of rhythm and blues, but he told it to me personally. I got on a plane because I was at a blues festival with my buddy Washbo Chaz, and we were taking a plane in the Midwest, and there was some rather bumpy air. And who was sitting right between us, me and Washboard Chaz? Charles Brown. So I got an earful of all kinds of things about rhythm and blues guys. And he told me this story. He said that he got lured into a losing bit of gambling, and he gambled away quite a bit of money. And when he got back the next day, you know, he had arranged to get a beautiful Steinway grand piano at his gig at this club. It was matchsticks. It was all beat up and everything. And he said, guys, what the heck? What the hell's going on here? And they said, Charles Brown, you owe us quite a bit of money. And I'm going to tell you how this is going to work out. The guy snapped his fingers, and a couple of hefty guys, possibly of Italian descent, pushed in a beautiful, brand new Steinway grand piano. and the mob guys said to Charles Brown, "You see now, Charles, this could be your piano. We figure if we pay you $100 a night and you play in our club until it's paid off, you should be pretty much paid off, 5-10 years from now." And that's what happened to Charles Brown. He was stuck in that club for an enormously long amount of time. Didn't make records, was not out there getting the publicity that he deserved. They had him captive. They had him their own little old Charles Brown until he managed, I don't know exactly how. There was a tremendous bump and everything flew up to the ceiling in this little puddle jumper that we were taking from New Orleans to the Quad Cities, as it happened to be. So I didn't quite get how that resolved, but he got out of it somehow and became a very good friend of Bonnie Raitt, toured with Bonnie Raitt, and recorded a bit too after that. But this is his song. When I left home this morning, I promised I would think, stay real straight and sober. I said I would not drink bad whiskey, naughty whiskey, bad whiskey, made me lose my happy home. Mooring through a party, man, them chicks was running loose. We started drinking soda, wound up drinking juice. Oh, bad whiskey, naughty whiskey, bad whiskey, made me lose my happy home. Man, I passed up all the pool halls, gave the boys a slip, but before the night was over, I started in to sip bad whiskey, naughty whiskey, bad whiskey, made me lose my happy home. My baby's gone and left me. Man, I feel so bad, because the blues have got a hold on me. Well, Charles has got 'em bad. Bad whiskey, naughty whiskey, bad whiskey, made me lose my happy home. Made me lose my happy home. Made me lose my happy home. Yeah, we got a Western swing too. Oh, I love to ride my pony. I ride it all day long. So, this is a Western swing tune. I should be wearing a big hat for this, because it's about me and, well, it's not really. It's a blues song. I don't know why it is. When you're from south of the Mason-Dixon line. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, red, or what. It seems like whenever you leave that particular neck of the woods, you're always talking about going back there. It somehow just generates this nostalgia, and it's any song that, and because I play a lot of bluegrass, you know, like on the radio and stuff, it seems like every third song is about how much you just want to get back to old Mammy and Pappy's place. Well, good for you. But this is a good song about that particular deal. Ain't that right, Phoebe? That's my dog, Phoebe, down there. She's very relaxed right now. So we're going to do this in D. You all right with that? Here we go. If you've ever seen that old Mississippi, queen of the Delta land, you'll understand why I got the blues for Dixie. If you've ever been in Tennessee when them old cotton fields is white in the pale moonlight, you've had the blues for Dixie. You've seen the glamour of the Alabama moon shining in the sky. You got a baby down in Birmingham, maybe you'll know the reason why I'm going to be blue till I'm on that old choo-choo, headed down south again. Here goes that train that's leaving me blue for Dixie. Seen the glamour of the Alabama moon shining in the sky. You got a baby in Birmingham, maybe you'll know the reason why I'm gonna be blue till I'm on that old choo-choo, heading down south again. There goes that train that's leaving me blue for Dixie. And then it's over. Then the song's over. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for recognizing that that was so groovy. I think it's time for a beverage. I'm just going to go over here. You guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Pay no attention to the fact that I've got some excellent rye whiskey here. Great God Almighty, that's good. Chase that down a little bit. What do you want to do? You want to try this mambo?
Sure.
Have you got Cry to Me there? Have you got that? Or should I give it to you?
I don't have it here, but
You don't have it.
tell me what key it is.
We won't do that because you probably need that. We got Don't Be Ashamed of Your Age, but I'm afraid to do that song. What?
Do it.
Just do it because even though I suck at it? Oh. God, that guy's good. Okay, let's try it out. From the letter A. Don't be ashamed of your age. Don't let the years get you down. That old gang you knew, they still think of you as a rounder in your own hometown. Don't mind the gray in your hair. Just think of all the fun you had putting it there, and in that old book of time, you've never missed a page. Don't be ashamed of your age, my buddy. Don't be ashamed of your age. Now listen, Mr. Smith, Mr. Brown, don't let the years get you down. Why, life ain't begun till you turned 40, son. That's when you really start to go to town. Don't wish that you were a lad. Why, you've had more pretty girls than them young bucks ever had. You graduated from that old sucker stage. Don't be ashamed of your age, my buddy. Don't be ashamed of your age. See, I really don't have anything worked out for Just a little note on that tune. Great tune. It was made into a hit. Bob Wills did it. Red Foley did pretty well with that song. It was written, however, by Cindy Walker. And Cindy Walker, if you say Cindy Walker in Nashville, everybody knows what you're talking about. Cindy Walker wrote all of the great hits for Bob Wills and many, many great hits in Nashville. In the early classic country music days, she wrote hundreds and hundreds of songs. This girl was just a songwriting machine. She got an idea, ran with it. It was always just so catchy. And she wrote that song. It's just a great song. Cindy Walker. Remember that name. You want to try Fat Like That? I know you don't have a chart. You want a chart?
And you got one?
Huh? You do?
I do not have one.
You don't? You want them? You want mine? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You got to give it back to me now.
I'll do it.
You sure?
Promise.
All right. I'm watching you, man. All right. How many people out there tonight? I'm not talking to the folks here. I'm just talking about the people who might be watching. How many of you are obnoxiously fat? Anybody out there? Just overweight. How about overweight? Anybody? Yeah. Well, they write songs for you too. This is one of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be, I don't know. You name the gorgeous Hollywood star. Five will get you 10. Chances are pretty good, not fat, not corpulent, not pudgy, you know. But this song is about you, if those words, you know. I know, it's tough, but here you go. It's called Fat Like That. Let's do it again. Let's say yana, ba-doo baby-doo yana, ba-doo baby-doo yana, ba-doo baby-doo ba-doo baby-doo ba-doo. Let the cats all criticize, joke about my baby's size. She's read with me because you see, I like 'em fat like that. When she bounces down the street, she's a whole heap of honey and ain't she sweet. Feels so fine just to know she's mine. Yeah, I like 'em fat like that. You can take them lean chicks, tender and tall. When it come to mean kicks, a big fat mama is the best of all. When I get done with working, I reach up and grab my hat. Gotta hurry home, can't let her be alone. I like 'em fat like that. You can take them lean chicks, tender and tall. When it comes to mean kicks, well, the big fat mama's the best of all. When I get done with working, I reach up and grab my hat. Gotta hurry home, can't let her be alone. I like 'em fat. What's happening down in the doghouse? Take them lean chicks, baby, tender and tall. When it come to mean kicks, A big fat mama is the best of all. When I get done with my work day, I reach up and grab my hat. Gotta hurry home, can't let her be alone. I like 'em fat like that. I like 'em fat like. Thank you. It's a Louis Jordan tune, Fat Like That. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm, do you have a chart for Give Me That Wine? Do you want to give it a whack, or is it, is it too?
No, it's good.
I'm not feeling the single note stuff very well. Excuse me.
Looks like you got a chart. If you loan it to me, I'll play it.
Well, okay, yeah. All right, now. I've played this tune on the street many times. I was going to tell you something about Fat Like That. Oh yeah, I got a story about Fat Like That. Goes something like this. I had the good fortune of playing at the Sheridan Opera House. I was called up to play a tune. Sam Bush and John Cowan were on stage, and they had just lost half of the band that they were riding to fame on. They just entered, in fact, the Bluegrass Hall of Fame, and of course I'm talking about Newgrass Revival. And so the two of them were going around and performing, and I was in the audience. They called me up, and I said, well, Jesus, okay, let's play this tune. Fat Like That. I played Fat Like That. There was a guy there. Now, Telluride is situated in, south in Colorado and near some Indian reservations. And there was a guy who was hanging around, very charismatic Indian guy. And he heard me sing that song, and he said, hey, man, you want to meet some women who have got some weight to them? What do you like, about 300? Something right about there? And I said, well, what are you talking about? He said, come on, let's go out to the res, man. I'll introduce you to some women, got some res. And I said, it's a song. It's just a song. Anyway, that was, for me, at the time, funny. Not too fast, because I got to make it all the way through. See if I can do this. That's your part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we do that again? 1, 2, 3, 4. My gal got tired of me running round, and she decided to keep me home. She broke my nose and she hid my clothes, but I continued to roam. Then she finally hit my weak spot, threatened to throw my bottle out. From the basement to the rooftop, everybody could hear me shout, give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Give me that wine, unhand that bottle. 'Cause I can't cut loose without my juice. One day I was crossing the avenue and a large truck knocked me down. I was stretched out tying up traffic, ladies and gentlemen, and people came from blocks around. Well, hang on, here it goes. Now the police were searching my pockets before they sent me to the funeral parlor. But when they reached up and touched my bottle, man, I jumped straight up and commenced to holler. I said, give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Give me that wine. Give me that wine, unhand that bottle. 'Cause I can't get well without muscatel. Well, now one real dark and dreary night while I was staggering home to bed, a bandit jumped out the shadows, put a blackjack aside my head. That cat took my ring, my wallet, my money. Oh, I did not even make a sound. But when he reached up and got my bottle, oh, baby, you'd hear me for blocks around. Give me that wine and that bottle. Give me that wine. Give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Beat my head out of shape, but leave my grape. Well, one day my house caught fire. Was I laying down, sleeping off, napping, and when I got up, everything was burning with a snack and a popper and a crack. Fireman took his axe to my CV set and tore my place apart, but when he reached up his axe to my bottle, I screamed with all my heart. I said, give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Give me that wine, unhand the bottle. Oh, loose before I hang. You take all them Hollywood glamour girls, Keira Knightley, Cameron Diaz, Eva Mendes, Angelina Jolie, and all them good-looking chicks and light them up beside the wall. Put a gigantic jug beside them and ask me to take my choice. Well, be no doubt as to which I choose. The minute I raise my voice, give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Give me that wine, unhand that bottle. Them gals look fine, but I love my wine. Now some of you like money, some like to dance and dine. I'll be happy if you give me that. Oh, unhand that bottle. Turn it loose. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're doing the best we can with the rather brief number of brain cells left over from the 1970s. Can I have that? Thank you very much. Jesus. Some people. Telling you. How's Justin doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wasn't actually asking you. How's he doing? Yeah, he's doing good. Okay. All right. Whoops.
How's Dan doing tonight?
Dan's not doing that good.
I don't think he got the whiskey.
Let me have some more whiskey. Maybe I'll be doing a little better. Anybody else want some whiskey? No? You can see what. What are you laughing about? There was a time in the 1920s, 1930s, that we call the Harlem Renaissance. What a wonderful time it was. What great musicians, what great bands. I'm a huge fan of Fletcher Henderson myself, and when the swing era, when the lovely dawn light of the swing era flew out across the country and turned all of these white bobby soxers into Lindy Hop swing dancers, that was Fletcher Henderson writing all the arrangements for Benny Goodman. Let me tell you what happened. You okay with this? Benny Goodman was always fine with black guys in his band, but never could actually go out and perform with him. He recorded with what they called back then mixed race ensembles, but he didn't appear with them because it was the 1930s. He couldn't tour with a black person in the band. It was a horrible thing. Anyway, Fletcher was a brilliant musical mind, and so Benny had a book of arrangements and brought them to, he had a wonderful gig at the Palomar, it was a Palomar dance, this gigantic dance hall. They made wonderful dance halls there with, dancers know what a sprung dance floor is. That's where they put this extra bounce in these wooden floors. They have them in some basketball courts so that, the ball will freaking bounce. And the best dance halls all have sprung floors. So the huge Palomar dance hall. And, they had very little amplification then, just one microphone. Had only been invented about 10 years or so before. So in 1935, there he was at the Palomar Ballroom playing Fletcher Henderson arrangements, and the broadcasts went out across the country, and kids leaned in, and almost overnight, even though he had been touring for decades, almost overnight, bang, the swing era hit. Everybody wanted that swing music. And all the great swing bands kind of grew out of that particular night, but they were all Fletcher Henderson arrangements. So there's this wonderful time in Harlem that they call the Harlem Renaissance, where there are poets and painters and musicians, and the arts were flourishing in this wonderful area of New York. And the absolute poet laureate of them all was Langston Hughes. Can I get an amen? All right, thank you. Langston Hughes. I hope you've read some Langston Hughes poetry. It's deep. It's great stuff. And so Count Basie was playing around with this melody, and somehow got together with Langston Hughes, and these are Langston Hughes's words to this song. It's called "The Same Old South," and it goes by pretty quick. And if you don't know what's going on here, you won't realize this is a burning send-up of the American South in the 1930s. Just sounds like great swing music. Let me see, how does this go? All right, I get it. Let's just start like this. It's the same old South. It's a regular children's heaven. You don't have to work till you're 7. It's that same old South. It's the same with them old-fashioned get-togethers. Colonel passed me the tar and the feathers. It's the same old South. Ain't no gate to stop you when it drops. Drop by to bid the folks hello. Ain't no gate to stop you 'cause it dropped off 20, 30 years ago. Well, hush my mouth. Well, bloodhounds that once chased Liza chase a fool, say I organizer. It's that same old South. Justin, I feel like singing it again. Is that all right? It goes like this. Well, it's the same old South. It's a regular children's heaven. You don't have to work till you're 7. It's the same old South. It's the same old South. With them old-fashioned get-togethers. Colonel passed me the tar and the feathers. It's that same old South. Ain't no gate to stop you when you drop by to bid the folks hello. Ain't no gate to stop you 'cause it dropped off 20, 30 years ago. Here's my mouth. The bloodhounds that once chased Liza chase a fool, say I organizer. It's that same old South. Sort of. There you go. All right. Here's a blues tune. Knocking myself out. All right. And this is not, it's not in a blues format. This was done by a gal by the name of Lil Green. She did it first. Later on, a perky little thing by the name of Peggy Lee did this tune and killed it with this particular tune. And it's weird. It's like you hear Peggy Lee doing this tune, and it's a little bit like, you know, you can go on YouTube, and somebody is going to send you, if you got Facebook, a YouTube video of, you know, these Lawrence Welk, this couple on Lawrence Welk singing, what is it? One Toke Over the Line. One toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line. You know, it's like that. They have no idea what they're singing about. But this is actually a great little story. Huh? Oh, you need a chart? Oh, shit. Pardon the hell out of me. I thought you had one. There you go. I just said 2 bad words in a row live on TV. That'll happen. I had no idea you didn't have the chart. And I was ready to start playing. You're a gentleman, Justin. You really are. I was standing on the corner and having my fun. I spied the police and I started to run. I was knocking myself out, man. Killing myself. Knocking myself out, gradually by degrees. The very moment that I turn around, the policeman said, throw that jive on the ground. He said, knock yourself out, man. Kill yourself. Knock yourself out gradually by degrees. So I said, I know that smoke this jive is a sin and a shame, but that's the only way to ease my heart again. When I knock myself out, I kill myself, man. Knock myself out gradually by degrees. I never used to drink or smoke or nothing of the kind, but my woman up and left me, and that changed my mind. Now I just knock myself out. I just kill myself. Knock myself out gradually, by degrees. Then the policeman, he said, look it, man, I just got one stick, so get yourself a light, man, and we'll get a hit quick. We're gonna knock ourselves out. We're gonna kill ourselves. Knock ourselves down gradually by degrees. Knock ourselves out gradually by degrees. That doesn't have the arrangement on it, does it? Oops. I thought I made you one of those.
It's all right.
Close enough. All right, it is time to let the mermaids flirt with me. Let's talk about Mississippi John Hurt. Can we talk about Mississippi John Hurt? All right, let's talk about it. I love to talk about Mr. Hippie John Hurt. All right. Mississippi John Hurt made a number of recordings back in the 1920s. Blues was doing pretty well for the record companies, which you may not know this, but the flat record, 78 RPM record, flat, not the round cylindrical records that they had before that. They were called Edison cylinders. Those were only invented in 1918. So what came right on the heels of that invention was an enormous explosion. You would go down to your local furniture store and buy yourself a phonograph. You get yourself a Victrola or any one of the other ones who were making something that made the record work. You know, they had a big horn on them. It was all mechanically recorded. Later on, they figured out how to do it electrically, and there was some improvement in the sound. But anyway, the flat record, 1918. In the mid-1920s, Mississippi John Hurt was locally well known and came to the attention of some A&R people who were working for the record companies. They recorded him. Disappeared. Entirely. Nobody heard of Mississippi John Hurt and many of the old blues guys for a long time, until a bunch of record collectors who liked these 78s started wondering whether some of these guys are still alive. Turned out they were. So they found Mississippi John Hurt sitting on a tractor in the middle of a cotton field, and they said, you know, are you Mississippi John Hurt? And when he indeed fessed up and said he was, they brought him up to places like where I saw him. So in the early 1960s, at some point, I got a chance to see Mississippi John Hurt play at a club in New York City, down in the West Village. I think it was the Gaslight where I saw him. And it was a lovely thing to sit this far from Mississippi John Hurt and hear him play his three-finger picking in that sweet voice that he had, and all these great songs that are now classics. So Mississippi John Hurt was very gracious to me, this little white suburban kid who didn't know anything about anything. But Mississippi John Hurt was not a hard man. He was a sweetheart. Now, I'm going to play a song that he recorded on this little guitar. And I'm not going to use these finger picks because Mississippi John Hurt never did use finger picks. And this is the original key, E flat. He played it capoed up 3. And he, the story on this is that some guy came up to him and said, hey, I wrote a song. Can I show it to you? And the name of the guy is lost to history. But John Hurt very freely admits that he did not write this song. It was some guy. Blues are in the ocean, blues are in the air. I can't stay here no longer. I got no steamship fare. When my earthly trials is over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all your undertaker bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. Wife controls my happy home. My sweetheart I cannot find. The only thing I can call my own is a trouble and a worried mind. When my earthly trials is over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all your undertaker bills and let the mermaid flirt with me. I do not work for pleasure, earthly peace I'll see no more. The only thing, the only reason I work at all is to drive the wolf from my door. When my earthly trials is over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all your undertaker bills, let the mermaid flirt with me. Blues are in my body, my sweetheart I cannot find. The only time I'll see her again is when down oh baby, when my earthly trials is over, cast my body out in the sea. Save all your undertaker bills, let the mermaid flirt with me. Save all your undertaker bills, let the mermaid flirt with me. I'm sorry I stepped on that last verse. It's just such a sweet little verse. It's a, you know, it's such a innocent sounding little song until you realize that it's about sadness and mortality. Hello, folks. That's I'd like to do a song now. It's about sadness and mortality. How many folks have ever died? You? Okay, you'll be able to relate to this song. Okay. That's what it's about. We've got a song here called Long Gone from Kentucky. Now, in the 1930s, where I pretty much live musically, there were jug bands. They were good. The guy, they were not regular instruments. They sounded great. Some of these guys played great. There may have been one legitimate instrument in the whole band, right? Because there were jugs and kazoos, but holy crap, the fiddler was great. So there are any number of great jug bands, and a lot of times what the flavor of music they played came out of the medicine shows where they had to entertain a multi-generational audience. So they a lot of times played this stuff they called hokum, and they snuck in little single and double entendres into these tunes. As far as I know it, this song very much is almost a jump rope song. And it made its way somehow into the swing music of the 1930s and early 1940s, mostly 1930s Harlem. It goes something like this. Shall I play this guitar? I haven't played this in a while. Long Gone from Kentucky. We're in the key of C. I don't know. You don't have a chart for this, huh? Here, I'll give you one. Here you go. So there's a gentleman who keeps the art of 1920s music alive. His name is Vince Giordano. And he plays a regular gig in New York City. He used to play at a little place off of Times Square called Sophia's. And now, here's actually the second page, good luck. Now he plays at a Mexican place. It's not terribly far from Sophia's. And he's there on Monday nights, every Monday night, sometimes Tuesdays. And holy smokes, you go in there, and I'm in hog heaven. My lovely wife knows that I just do not care when I get to that place. Everything is all right with me. I spend like water. I get very, very well clobbered and have a great time because Vince Giordano is great. His orchestra is great. Every guy on that stage is a top session player in New York City, and they come down on Mondays, sometimes Tuesdays, to play with Vince. If you ever saw the HBO series Atlantic, what was it called? It was about Atlantic City. Do you remember what it was called, Alex? Boardwalk, yeah. Boardwalk City or something like that. Which was set in the 20s. Whenever there was music, it virtually was all Vince Giordano. And when there was a band that was depicted, that was Vince playing fantastic band. And he's such a stickler that if the scene was set, for instance, in 1924, he would not allow any of the members of the band to play an instrument that was built before, built after 1924. The guitars had to be exactly right. It was mind-blowing what he did. So anyhow, you ready for this, boss? Now, this is a sing-along. So if you're at home, if there's anybody left watching, you got to sing along with this tune. Excuse me. I had an alcoholic beverage. But this is how it's done. You got to do it like this. I'm going to say it's call and response. I'm just going to say he's long gone, and you say from Kentucky. Can you do that, ladies and gentlemen? Let's try it. He's long gone
From Kentucky.
I didn't hear anything. Jesus. He's long gone.
From Kentucky.
That's right. The next time you hear he's long gone, you say, ain't he lucky? You're starting to feel intellectually challenged. I don't blame you. Long gone from Kentucky. Long gone. Ain't he lucky? That's all you gotta do. Is that so hard? And then I say, he's long gone. What I mean, he's long gone from Bowling Green. That seems right. You'll pardon me. I'm doing this because sometimes the musicians union comes in here, and if they find out that you're out of tune, they'll fine you. You'll have to pay them a little extra. Okay, long gone from Kentucky. That long gone. Ain't he lucky? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're gonna try this out right after this. Okay, here we go. This story very much. You've heard it before. I'm going to tell you this story. It's a fun story. Everybody's going to have fun. It goes like this. Have you ever heard the story about Long John Dean? He's the boat bank robber from Bowling Green. They put him in the jailhouse just the other day. That fool done already made a getaway. Now he's long gone. Long gone. Ain't he lucky? Long gone. What I mean, he's long gone, John from Bowling Green. Oh, that ain't all. I'm gonna tell you some more. It goes like this. John was the funniest man I ever did meet. Used to flirt with all the pretty girls he'd see. Got all messed up with a policeman's wife. Now he has left this earthly life. Now he's long gone from Kent. Long gone, ain't he lucky? Long gone, what I mean, he's long gone, John from Bowling Green. Oh, I'm gonna tell you more about him. A little fly flew in the grocery store. Flew in the transom, that little hole above the door. Well, he lit on the bacon and he lit on the ham. Had to knock to wipe his feet upon the grocery man. Now he's long gone fly from Kentucky. Long gone, ain't he lucky? Long gone, and what I mean, he's long gone from Bowling Green. We had a cow all dressed in silk. She fell down and sprained her milk. My wife laughed and thought it'd be a cinch to milk that cow with a monkey wrench. Now it's a long gone cow from Kentucky. Long gone, ain't he lucky? Long gone, what I mean, he's long gone from Bowling Green. My wife took sick the other day. Doctor said she gonna pass away. I bought her a corset at a dry goods store. She's in better shape now than she was before. She's long gone from Kentucky. Long gone, huh? Ain't she lucky? Long gone, what I mean, she's long gone from Bowling Green. Oh, look at old John getting away. I don't blame John. You know what the man told John? He said, I'm gonna knock you out. John, he run out. Well, goodbye, John. So long. It's good to see you. We'll see you again maybe sometime. You always seem to get away. Long gone from Kentucky. Thank you. We got 1 million of them. Can I have that back, son?
I think you got 1 million. I got about 500,000.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. We got some tunes we're not even doing. Now, you might wonder, how long are these guys going to play? And the complete and total answer is for about 5 more minutes. Where you guys going? That's it? What'd we do? What'd we say? The good stuff is almost, it's coming. The good stuff is... Do you need to take a break?
No, I'm good.
Oh, well, I was going to do a tune by myself.
Oh, I'd be happy to take a break.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
Would you like to have a delicious alcoholic beverage?
I would. Yeah.
It's not helping me very much, I'll tell you that right now. That was the Mexican dinner right there. on this pretty guitar here, on which I should really be playing bluegrass tunes or some sensitive folk song. There's a young man that I know, his age is 21. He comes from down in southern Colorado, just out of the service and looking for some fun. I'm not going to play that song. That's too sensitive. So I'll do this one. But this also requires some call and response. So I'm going to ask you to do that. It goes like this. Let me see. What am I doing here? Okay. Okay, I got it now. Not very well, but I got it. So what's your favorite fruit? I used to do this with the kids at the Aspen Community School. What's your favorite fruit? Anyone? Anyone? Did someone say blueberries? Is that your favorite fruit? No, I'm sorry, that is an incorrect answer. Go ahead, try again. Anybody else want to guess? Apples? No. No, no. It's bananas. Bananas are your favorite fruit. And I'd like to address the question of bananas in this song. The other day while walking by a fruit stand, listen, I heard an angry customer complain. You never have enough of the fruit that we all love. Maybe that's why business ain't the same. We don't like your peaches, they are full of stones. But we love bananas, why? Because they have no bones. You're gonna help me with that, okay? We love bananas, why? Because they have no bones. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Well, don't you give me no pomegranates. I can't stand ice cream cones. I love bananas because they have no bones. I don't care where I go, Susie, May, or Anna. I want the world to know I'm from Savannah and I love bananas. Cabbages, onions, and scallions hurt my singing tones. I love bananas. Why? Because they have no bones. don't like to whistle. We play saxophones. We love bananas. Why?
Because they have no bones.
There you go. Don't you play that grand piano. I don't like its tones. I love bananas because they have no bones. And where I go with Susie, May, or Anna, I want the world to know that I'm from Savannah. I love bananas. Oh, baby, save your nectarines. I love bananas because they have no bones. Sclabba-doo, bang, bang, zoobie-doo, bang, diddle-oobie. Scroobly-doo, bam-ba-lody, how-ba-doo, dang, bananas. I got two more tunes for you. Come on up. Come on, buddy. Come on. Yeah. Hi, Phoebe. Okay, you want a drink? You want to drink a rye whiskey? All right, we're going to do a tune now that was quite popular in the late 1950s. Oh, I know, Phoebe. You want to? Phoebe thinks I'm getting her a TREAT when I reach in my pocket. Sorry, Phoebe. I am sorry. I feel sorry. In my heart. In my lonely heart place. Now, I don't have a chart for this. You're on your own, pal. It's One Mint Julep.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you how the bridge goes. You're in E, and the bridge goes to the sixth chord. That's as you know, an A flat or G sharp, and that goes down in half steps to the 2 until you wind up on the 5.
The 6 chord or the 3 chord?
Oh, is that the 3 chord? No, that's the 6 chord. Don't want to bore you with my troubles, but from now on I'll be drinking double. Through with drinking and whiskey and stuff like that. 6 extra children, that's a 5. One early morning, I went walking. Met a young girl, we started talking. Took her home just to test her new lips. All we had was a 1 mint julep. 1 mint julep was the cause of it all. I don't know how the thing really started. All I know is that we should have parted. I took a kiss and then stole another, yeah. Well, I knew I shouldn't have took the thing further, but 1 mint julep was the cause of it all. The lights were burning low there in her parlor. Went through the kitchen door. Up popped her father, he said, I saw you when you kissed my daughter. You got her wet right now, or face slaughter. Well, I didn't really know what I was doing. I had to marry or face ruin. I meant Julie, I meant Julie, I cause of it all. I don't want to bore you with my trouble, but from now on, be drinking double, thinking double, through with drinking and sipping whiskey. Got 6 extra children from getting frisky. Me and Julie. One man, Juliet, was the cause of it all. All right, well, we have a number of other tunes, but we're not going to play them. Rather, instead, what we're going to do at this point is do our goodbye tune. Is that all right? And that tune is not Uncle in Harlem. That's not Utah Moon, although that's a good tune. Not Saturday Night Fish Fry, not You Rascal You. For God's sakes, how many of these crazy tunes do you think that we... How about, yeah, there it is, Spreading Rhythm Around.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you have a... Would you like a...
Yeah.
No problem, man.
Thanks.
All right, goodbye, everybody. This is our last tune. It's been delightful. I loved having my dog Phoebe here. You're not going to pay attention to me, are you, Phoebe? She hates me now.
No treat, no love.
No treat, no love. That's the deal. Whoa. Music everywhere, feet are tapping, putting tempo to old Manhattan. From the Yonkers, the Bronx, and Staten, spreading rhythm around. Everywhere you go, trumpets blaring, drums and saxophone ripping, tearing. Everybody that you meet is raring, spreading rhythm around. Up in Harlem, in every flat, they give it that zing, which according to one and all, is what them people like to swing. Can't afford silks and satin, dance with gigolos who is Latin. From the Yonkers, the Bronx, and Staten, spreading rhythm around. Cha-do-ba-dee, shoo-ba-doo-ba-bo-doo-dee, scram-doo-dee-bang-doo-dee, spreading rhythm around. Shoo-be-doo-ba-doo-dee-ba-doo-dee, doo-dee-ba-doo-dee-ba-doo-dee-doo. Spreading rhythm around. Shunk down, ba-doo-da-doo-ba-doo-dee, zwa-doo-dee. every flag. They'll give it that zing, which according to one and all is what everybody like to swing. Those who can't afford silks and satin dance with gigolos who with Latin. From the Yonkers, the Bronx, and Staten, spreading rhythm around, spreading rhythm around, spreading rhythm around, spreading rhythm around. Thank you very much. We've had too much fun.
You've had just the right amount of fun.
No. We had a little too much fun.
All right, hey, let's give a virtual round of applause to Dan Sadowsky and Justin Anderson. Right, Anderson? All right, I thought I was going to mess that up. Yeah, once again, my name's Jeremy. I'm with GrassRoots TV on behalf of Steve and Steve's Guitars. Wanted to say have a good night, and thank you to Dan. That was a great set. Everybody enjoyed it.
Thank you, Sensei.
Good feedback from the people online.
Thank you, Grandmaster.
Yes. All right, everybody have a good night.
I've
Take it
learned
easy.
much from you.